It's just
Never
irritating
mind.
when other people. I know, right?
Oh wait. I don't know.
Let me just tag Charlie to see my cat run across my keyboard.
Good evening and welcome to the TFR F1 race for this weekend. We are in Vietnam this weekend and I am joined by my co-host DJ Perks.
Hello.
We are in the city of Hanoi for the third race? Third race of the season.
Yeah, third race.
Third race, yeah. Around this tricky circuit that's very...
Tricky.
I mean, it's actually quite tricky, even though it looks quite simple. It's probably one of the trickier circuits on the calendar. With these like long roundabout type of corners and the 1.5 kilometre straight that leads down into the tight, slowed hairpin where there will be a few overtakes made there today, I guarantee it. But we will be heading into the short qualifying session in Hanoi just a second after Square and Outrep finally connect after about 18 years.
It'll take a while, probably. And now we're just waiting for Square.
Obviously Square.
It goes through, and now Square's connected and no one else has. What? Okay.
This is good, isn't it?
This has gone backwards already. And Square's
by
gone,
Square.
and now everyone else is connecting. Okay, there we go. It might work now.
Obviously Sam's connected.
I could just go through the standings whilst we
There we go.
go through the standings.
We'll go through the standings first, yeah.
I'll do it.
See where we are.
So first in the driver's standings after Bahrain, I believe, is Corey on 50 points. Second is Thermal JD in the Williams on 30. Third would be Tadpole on 30 in the Alfa Romeo. Then fourth we have Finn in the Williams, 16 points. In fifth, Ilani, I don't know how to say that, on 16 points in the AlphaTauri. And then we have Ollie in the Haas on 14 points in sixth. In seventh, Square, which has been quite an interesting start of the season for him, on 10 points in the Ferrari. The Chiller in the AlphaTauri in eighth on 9 points. Crispy in the Haas on 6 points. And Thermal White in the Ferrari on 3 points.
Well, that is... I didn't really listen, but... yeah. Sounds interesting. As the first driver on the track for his first lap will be Thermal JD. And we will hop on board with him as his lap starts to watch. We'll take you through a lap of Vietnam. So, who's your prediction for this weekend?
Who's my what? Sorry?
Prediction for this weekend.
You keep...
Your top three.
Top three. I'm gonna say, unless last week happens again, it will be Square... Corey's not in here today.
No, Corey isn't here.
Oh.
But Tadpole is.
So I think it would be Square, Tadpole, and possibly
if Toby
if he has a good race.
He can get, I think if Toby can get where his pace is, because I know he is quick enough to do this. If he gets to his pace, I can definitely see him going into that top three spots.
And currently, as well, we have 2 new drivers on the grid, one being a reserve. No, 3 new drivers on the grid, one being a reserve.
Ollie Pitts.
Thermal JD's Pitts.
Thermal JD Pitts, yeah.
We have, 3 new drivers on the grid.
Who's that?
Synonymous.
To their first flying lap. I think that's Square, isn't it? No.
Synonymous, I believe,
Thermal
on
White?
loan. Sam.
No, it's a Haas, and I think it's not Crispy. Ollie is the first driver to head out onto the track.
We have TTM Sam, who's come up to yesterday, I believe, to replace someone. I don't actually know who he's replaced. Can't tell you that.
Who's replaced this?
Sam. Who he replaced?
Oh yeah, Sam replaced. Where is he? What team?
Mercedes.
Mercedes. No, I think it was Angel. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I
I
think it was.
can't remember.
And then we have Thermal BRK are replacing Corey for this weekend, Thermal BRK is a reserve.
Yeah. Alright, we will take you through the rest of this lap around the Hanoi circuit as Ollie heads onto... Well, he's on the back straight now, not ready to head onto it, but he's now coming down towards my favourite corner on the track, the hairpin. He has been practicing, I know he's been practicing this track a few times this week, as he takes the wide. He tries to hook it in nicely, looks like a good exit, doesn't touch the curb. That curb does spin you very much here. I've seen it happen in other races. As he heads just before the 50 mark here, into the sharp right-hander, into my favourite section in the game. My favourite sector in the game is very fast, right left, into the fast right, into the slow down left, but then back straight on the power, into the penultimate corner now, into the long left right-hander. But this corner, even though it looks simple, this last corner is quite tricky. If he hits the wall...
Ooh.
That is very close by Ollie, but a very decent lap. I'm not sure what good time around here is, but Thermal White goes quicker by 3/10.
See, that fast section, I think we're going to see a lot of wing loss through there for today, for this race.
Now on board was synonymous to the end of his lap. He's not going to beat Ollie's time. No, not synonymous, out-repped. Not going to beat Ollie's time. And I think that is Square now coming around the final corner.
Just so you know, your mic's doing the thing.
Is it? Is it really glitchy out?
Yeah. The last key fix is that Toby's taken provisional pole at the moment. 1:34.7, 4/10 faster than Thermal White.
Is that any better?
Uh-huh. And Tadpole's taken pole off Toby by 5/10. Jesus Christ, with a 1:34.2.
We'll stay on board with Square for his lap. This is probably going to be the pole time. He's going to go purple in the first sector very quickly, and that's going to be surely an invalidation. It's not an invalidation. No. That was a very big
He's on medium, so it won't be a pole lap, I don't think.
I'm not sure, but have they put
on
here? He takes the toe. That was very smart by him. But
it collided on my screen. I don't know if that was just me.
No, it was just on you. As he heads into my favourite corner again, very wide. Square know how to take this corner very well. He loves this track. I know he does. He said it multiple times, and that was perfectly excellent. But he does hit the wall a little bit there. A little bit of wheel damage with the wall. No wing damage. He heads into the third sector with the fastest time so far in that
hit
second
the wall
sector. Hit the wall again, yeah. But it doesn't look like he's lost him too much time. If he can get into the 133s, I can see someone get into the 133s here today.
He's on mediums though, so it's quite a surprise. He's going faster than X5 Tadpole.
He's very quick around the circuit.
He's going to go faster, I think. He's going to do it.
133 and across the line, doesn't do it. He's done 138.
Third.
But with mediums, that is a good time. So
that shows he's going to have pace around here this weekend, and hopefully, just hopefully, we don't curse him as we did last race.
A lot of people got cursed last week with the commentator's curse, as I say. We will go on board with the next person to come around on their lap. Is Tadpole, who is on not a flying lap, but I think it's one of the Alpha Tauris next, which is probably the Chiller. No, never mind. He's on a flying lap right now. Crispy is. We'll go on board with Crispy. He's invalidated. Right. Thermal JD is on the lap though, as he heads into the penultimate corner. Going straight to the last corner, 31, it's probably going to be a 34, 34.7, which puts him to second place, just in front of Toby, but Toby still has probably a bit of pace to push in that car, so he's going to have a fight with Thermal JD probably for this third position, because I can see Square getting pole, Tadpole in second, and then either JD or Toby in third. So that is JD's lap over. Who is next to come across around the thing? It'll probably be Wheeze. So Wheeze is coming in towards the penultimate corners, or the last corners now. He's on a no, never mind. He's not on a very quick lap. So we will skip to one of the Ferraris, which is probably going to be Thermal White. No, Square is. But he comes on his he's not on a lap, he's validated, but he's
But
going to come
Albert
onto his
flag.
lap. Toby's on the
No,
lap
he's not.
there. No, he's not, never mind. That's a Mercedes going over the line, that's probably TTM Sam, but he hasn't on the lap. Who's the next one? Alpha Tower, probably synonymous. No, but yeah. Is it? No, that's his teammate there. The Chiller. Here goes to Chiller with the very, very front nose down there of the car. So you can see the rear ride height is very high up. But he comes towards the last corner. It's going to be a 34, surely. You know he hits the 35s, and that's only going to be a 35.1 for the Chiller, which he's probably not going to be very happy with that. But you know,
It's definitely a good lap on mediums, though.
Oh, he's on mediums there. Oh, that's a good lap
Yeah.
for mediums, yeah. Z-Man comes across the line, hasn't set a lap yet. Who's next? It's gonna be Bass Branch, it looks like, to come round. He's on an outlap. For God's sake.
Why do you read? It does say next to their names.
Yeah, I know, but
when
I've been trying to use the other thing, but it just doesn't really work. So I'm just gonna go up and down.
Finn's on a lap
We'll go on board with
on
Finn.
soft
then.
compound tyres.
We're on board with Finn for his rest of his lap as he heads onto the back straight of 1.5 kilometres. Gets the power down nice and early there. But it does
You
look
notice,
like
though,
the
he was,
McLaren
like, on
from
and off for a
behind
bit.
isn't actually going to get in his toe, which is a bit odd. Maybe the McLaren isn't on a flying lap. No, that is Z-Man. He's not on a flying lap.
He must be because he's on 0 lap old tyres.
Yeah, but
Oh no,
I saw
that
him
means
back
he's
down
on
a
an
bit.
out, doesn't it? Yeah, don't worry. Tadpole's on
Oh,
2
he's gone
lap
very
old
wide
softs.
there, Finn, but he doesn't
Quite
invalidate.
odd idea from him.
I feel like the corner cuttings are regular for some reason, because I've seen a lot of people going very wide.
This track's limits are a bit interesting.
Well,
Ah,
Finn's into the last sector now.
I think he's backed off of his lap. Yeah, he's backed off
Yeah,
some.
he has. Oh no, they're on straight team. Well, we will get off Finn and go to the Renault, who will be this Renault here. We have Bass Branch on his flying lap here, pushing a car to absolute limits. Around towards the penultimate level, the last corners now, into this fast, long left-hander, into a fast right-hander, going straight on the brakes early here, though, into the long left-hander that heads in towards the tricky last corner. It looks quite simple, but if he can get it wrong, he can touch that wall. He takes it very careful, and hits a 135.0, which you're going to need to be in them 134s to be anywhere.
I believe TTM Sam just went faster on his lap.
Is he going to Sam up into third position?
No, sorry, someone went up, but I don't know who. Bass Branch went.
Yeah, Bass Branch into 8th. Thermal White on a very good lap here. He's on 3 tenths up on his time, which is surely going to put him into the 134s and push him up, hopefully, into that 8th position, maybe into 7th if he's lucky. He glocks up, but not much of a difference there. He heads into the final corner, hits the outside the track fine, and that puts him into
The
P6,
134.7.
ahead of his teammate in the Ferrari, but they're Square on his medium lap, so I'm sure Square can find a lot of time on them tyres. We will go on board
Square
with
is on an
Square for his
outlap
lap.
on his soft.
Yeah. Who is that Alpha Tauri over there? We'll go on board with Synonymous, who is into the last corner now. Loses the rear end, but he's on that lap, I've just realised, so I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. We will head on with Z-Man, who's going on his flying lap, it looks like. Oh, he's invalidated.
No, he's invalid.
Oh. I think that's Square going into the last second now. We're going to go on board with him for his lap. But who's that Red Bull? I think that's Akbar, isn't it? He's invalidated.
Yes,
So we're going to
it
go
is.
on board with Square for his next lap as he heads in towards the penultimate corners to start his lap. He heads into the long left-hander. And can he get a good exit off the final corner? Gets a very fast exit, taking right up to the curb and nearly into the wall, but gets it perfectly. Takes the line very tight to the wall into a long swooping hairpin to go into the one of my favourite corners on the circuit. These long right-hander uses all the track he can into the fast right left down the miniature back straight towards the other roundabout. And he takes purple sector by 4. He goes up by 4/10 of a second already in the first sector. He's absolutely flying square. A little bit of a lock up there going into that corner, but it's nothing too bad. Oh, he heads straight towards that wall, but just keeps it on the circuit. This guy is absolutely talented with that wheel. VRT square. He is probably the fastest driver in this grid.
Yeah, by quite a big margin, I'd say.
Yeah. If he can string a lap together, he will easily win this championship this year. He's had an unlucky first 2 races, but hopefully today he can bring that back and hopefully get onto that top spot. A second up on his time now. This is absolutely brilliant lap by Square. He's surely going to get into these 140.
That'll chuck him to at least pole position or second if he's a second up.
Oh, he's Synonymous who's done a 133. I didn't even realise. We're going to go stay on board with Square into this last sector. He's surely going to gain a lot of time though through these last sectors. He's taking it very, very aggressive now into these corners. He heads into the last corner. 131, 132. He does a 132.7. What a lap by Square. He gained a whole second in that final sector. He is a whole second ahead of Synonymous. And that surely is the pole time for this stage race. No one else is going to beat that, surely. As we head on board with Tadpole, who is into the last sector. I don't know if he's on a push lap. I think he is.
Synonymous is on a push lap.
We'll go on to board with Synonymous after we find this Williams, who I believe is Finn. So we'll go on board with Finn for the rest of his lap. He heads towards the penultimate corner now, if he can keep that.
Synonymous isn't.
Doesn't look like it's going to be a great lap by Finn. Don't know if he's improving or not. It's a 134.6, so he does improve, but not by a big margin.
Tadpole improved by 3/10, didn't take him up anyway.
We'll go on.
Square has pole position by a second.
Yeah, who is that? I think that's Outrep on his fourth lap with his. He's on softs, but it says he's on medium. He's going on to. He goes up by a thing, and it only puts him into 14th. It hasn't been a great day for Outrep yet, but both the Haas is down in P12 and 13. Haas need to pick it up a bit because they are doing okay in the championship, but the qualifying performances haven't been the best. So we will go on board with who is on a quick lap. Doesn't look like anyone apart from Crispy who's going to head on to a quick lap. So I guess we'll stay on board with Crispy. Oh no, Toby's. Is that Toby?
Sam's about to go on to a lap.
We'll go on board with Sam, as it is his first weekend in F1. He will not be able to score points this weekend as there's some logistical issues or something with the teams, so it doesn't really make any sense to me. But as he heads into the long right-hander, going into gear 4, sorry about that, we'll go into this. We won't be able to watch Sam, that is going to go on my nerves if we listen to that rev glitch. But we'll go on board with the Haas of Crispy heading down towards the second hairpin roundabout into a tight right-hander into this long shifting left-hander, sorry. Oh, nearly takes into the wall though, and that's surely going to be a very big mistake, and that's going to get losing a lot of time. So we will head back on board with the Mercedes of Sam. We'll go into this view so he doesn't get on my nerves too much with the red glitch. Everyone moving out of the way nicely. Oh, he loses it and he loses it! And he spun.
As we said earlier, that is a curve to spin on.
Yeah, that is the auto spin curve. If you lose it there, you have lost a lot of time. So that is the first spin around that hairpin today. I'm sure that won't be the last. Finn warming up his tyres for another lap, it looks like. So, but it does look like, could that be a block there for Dechilla? Could Dechilla been blocked? He is in the lap.
Yeah,
no,
it looks like it.
No, he's not. He's did the bits. He won't say anything about that. So we will go on board. What is everyone doing here? Everyone's trying to get a lap in here, it looks like. But does it look like Ollie and his teammate? It looks like they're going to give each other a tow here. Maybe they're going to go on for a tow and try to give each other a tow. They've given each other a bit of a gap, so it doesn't look... What's happened here? Doesn't look like...
Finn's retired in the pit.
Crispy's going very quick. What's happened to Crispy here? Not too sure.
I think that might have been a plan by them to. Crispy's got wing damage, end plate. So I think from his wing damage on his last lap, I think he was just giving Ollie a toe down the main straight
because he was behind Ollie.
Oh, I got a clue then.
That is very odd by Crispy.
Wheeze jumps up into P3.
Yeah, Weezer's. Yeah, he has. And this is
Normal
the end of the
JD
session, I've
jumped
only
up
just
to
realised,
P2.
and that's square on provisional pole. Can anyone beat him? Toby on a flying lap now. He's down on his time going into the last couple of corners. Which could he improve? He needs to improve to get into any hope of getting into that top half of the field. Into the 134s now, and he beats it, and he goes to 130, and he only puts him. He puts him into 7th position, up 4 places. So he'll be all right with that. He can fight through. And Bass goes across the line and puts him into P10.
On them last couple of laps, Thermal JD jumped up into P2.
Oh yeah, he did. So that is good. Tadpole hasn't had the greatest qualifying. Ollie into the last couple of corners now. Heads into the last corner, gets into the 30, 31, 32, 33. It's going to be 135, which is a big shame. Which only puts him.
He's beaten. He's just passed his teammate.
So that
all
is
he's done
poor
is
qualifying for
Crispy.
them. But White on his final lap, he's down by just under a tenth going into the final few corners. Rides that curb, lovely. Locks up into the last penultimate corner, and he loses it. Oh, and he nearly lost it. Is he going to be in the wall? He's in the wall. But that.
Yep.
Was it an improvement?
But it was an improvement, yeah.
Hey, that was. He puts him in his P12. Only P12.
I'm gonna go a minute and get myself a drink of water because I feel like this is going to be an interesting one.
This is going to be a very interesting race. As I will run you through your top 10 for the race today, we have VRT Square by beating the car behind by just under a second. Literally, I can't do maths. Oh. 700ths of a second. Sorry, I don't know what my brain just did there. But we have VRT Square on pole position, followed in on the front row with Thermal JD. Them two will be fighting into that first corner. So Numbers and Wheeze on the second row. Tadpole followed by the Chiller on the third row. And then on your fourth row you have Thermal and Toby. And I will get you the rest of the grid when we go into the actual race. Today's race, I think, will be very interesting because we have a lot of quick drivers here today. We are missing I think we're missing the leader of the championship, Corey. I think Corey's the leader of the championship. So he's not here today, which could cost him some points. It will cost him enough points in the championship if Square does win this, or not Square. Second place does win this. I can't remember who's second place, but we are heading towards the lights out in just under probably a minute. But it doesn't look like anybody's checking in. There's Thermal White. Everyone's just sorting out their strategies for today's race. It's looking like it'll probably be a 2-stop for everyone inside the top 10, and probably it'll be a very big push for a 1-stop round here. So
I think the only way to do a 1-stop round here is from mediums to hards out of the top 10.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do that in like 2 seconds.
Alright, you might not be here for like... Yeah, you will be. So whilst we go on the formation lap, I will run you through the grid order from, the top 10. In P1 we have Square and the Ferrari. P2 we have Thermal JD and the Williams. In P3 currently we have Synonymous in the AlphaTauri. In P4 we have the McLaren of Wheeze. In P5 we have the Alfa Romeo of XFR Tadpole. In P6 we have the AlphaTauri of the Chiller. P7 Thermal BRKR in the Red Bull. P8 Toby Kenobi in the Mercedes. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name there. And in ninth, TTM Sam in the Mercedes also, and rounding off the top 10 would be Bass Branch in a Renault.
Yeah, I can see the guys, but I can also see the guys in the top, in the last 6 actually coming into this race today, because obviously they're starting on the mediums to
Go on, strategy.
hard strategy. I can see them coming in later in the race and maybe playing mischief with that top 6 position. Well, they're 6 to down to 10th positions.
I'm hoping Ollie has a good weekend because his last couple of races he's shown quite strong pace around
Yeah, I also hope he has a great
some
weekend.
of the tracks. I say some of the tracks, there's only Bahrain and Australia. But
Square actually going out very far ahead, as well as Wheeze, which is by getting held up by Synonymous from 4th, well in 3rd, but who's gone up ahead of them? Wheeze has gone ahead of Synonymous. So
there's been
Square
quite a few position changes.
Square is going to have some very cold tyres at the end of this wait.
I believe the game now
still
has
coming
set
to the third
its...
sector.
I believe in the game now, once you're on the grid, your tyres stay the same temperature.
Oh, do they?
Apparently so, from what was said before.
Alright. Well, Square locking into his pole position. Well, his first pole position of the season, actually, which he'll be ecstatic with. Which I'm surprised with, but he'll be ecstatic with that. So, locking in next to him will be Thermal JD in the Williams, probably one of my favourite cars looking on this grid. So,
what? Okay.
Yeah.
It's just that I think the best looking car on the grid, only because I drive it myself in TFR. Well, I did drive it, I don't know if I still will be, but in TFR would be the Red Bull.
I'm not a fan of the Red Bull in this game, but
alongside
as
that,
the final car locks into his grid, Z-Man locks into his slot as we head towards... Actually, we're not heading towards it yet. We'll head towards 5 red lights here in Hanoi, and it's 5 red lights. And away we go in Hanoi, and it looks like Square gets a good start.
Finn's up with
JD,
P2.
but it does look like JD might get dropped here.
Oh no, this is the timing screen glitch.
It looks like JD gets... Wheeze gets up into P3, followed now by Synonymous. Synonymous didn't get the greatest start, it looks like then. So, as we head out in towards the second sector, down the back straight, people are going to... Oh, there's 2 wide back there of the Hasses. The Hasses are 2 wide there. They are over, there's no team orders in Haas, obviously, but it does it look like one of the Hasses disconnected?
My game's done
no,
the thing.
But it looks
the
like
timing
Ollie had not
quite
come out
bitched.
in that very good. Well, the time screen's back now. Synonymous is disconnected. Synonymous is down in V14.
I'll get
What's happened to
back in.
Synonymous? There's a big shame for Synonymous, but it benefits Wheeze and Chiller. Wheeze, looking round the outside of JD here. Good thing get this move done. Going down into probably the biggest overtaking spot. Doesn't make a stupid dive bomb, which is very well played by him. And they all follow through. Square already 1.7 seconds ahead. He's pulling that gap as big as he can for this first pit stop. He's not going to want to get anyone to play the undercut here or the overcut. So he heads towards the final, or the final corner of the first lap. The Square already 2 seconds ahead of Thermal JD. No one is keeping up with Square today. Square is not messing around. He's putting in their quali laps, and he's probably going to take. Hopefully going to take a flawless weekend here today. He heads towards the finish line. There we go. English. Toby up into P5. Toby's had an absolute great start from P7. Past his
There's the
teammate.
Chiller. He's
into
up to P3.
He's going to be wanted to get past Tadpole pretty quickly though. Tadpole is... what has happened to Akbob? Akbob says it's from P9, but he's there. Doesn't really make any sense.
From my screen he's P5.
Okay, right, it's time to Google it, so.
Yeah, the
Square's
timing
now
screen.
apparently
Square's
P7.
P7.
Yep. Yep. Great, we love the time screen in this game. Esports ready. But, apparently Synonymous is leading the race even though he's in the back.
This is just
Square already
phenomenal.
pulling that gap.
Ollie's
so
in the pit lane.
far.
Ollie's in the pit lane.
Ollie is in the pit lane. That is a big shame. He's getting a front wing change, it looks like. He's
He's
going to go
gone
on hard tyres. He's going to have to pit again because them hard tyres are
Lap
definitely
19 softs. Lap 19 to softs is the game's predict.
So he's going to try to... He's going to need to close that gap, even though these tyres are not going to be as quick as the guys ahead. But he's actually closing a little bit to Bass
I think the
Branch.
timing screen's fine now.
But he is obviously an AI Bass Branch as well as Synonymous. Big shame, but... Just going to watch Square for his final sector. He looks so quick here. He looks so composed. But he doesn't look like he's pulling the gap anymore. JD is actually close, like keeping the gap there now.
I think Thermal JD might not be one lap pace. In one lap pace, he might not always be the most consistent, but in races, I think he's quite up there.
Maybe the no, I think I've timed the thing is glitched because it hasn't changed. I'm pretty sure.
For me, it's fine.
There we go. Yeah, up to 3 seconds. Yeah, he's not. He is pulling away still, but not as much as he was in the first lap, but still pulling away. He's just going to try to keep getting into a consistent group rhythm now. But this top from P7 up to P2, and they are so close together. Thermal Akbar in Thermal Bar is Akbar is in P6 for his first race in F1, but doing well for Red Bull.
Closely following up.
Yeah, Toby's going to want to get past this group as quick as he can. He's not going to want to be in this dirty air for very long. So
Square's used quite a lot of DRS. He's under half.
Oh wait, actually, oh sorry guys, I should have put the thingy on. Let's put it onto intervals. I'll put it onto tyres, and there we go. Yeah. Square has used a lot of his ERS actually, and it looks like the guy from Thermal JD, he's actually got quite a lot of ERS left. Who's got the least in this train
the gap change.
Doesn't look too
Chiller's down to 37.
Yeah, but Toby's down to 33 here. He's now back up to 38. He's going to want to save his ERS.
Crispy's down to 20%.
Where is Crispy? P12. He's actually very low, but could he get a move? Let's watch on with Crispy. So on Z-Man, he's going to have a look. He breaks very early there. He's going to want to try to keep the Z-Man here and try to get the take on the Z-Man
Square
and
hit
Finn. Square's hit the wall, has he?
It was a wheel bang, no damage, luckily.
Yeah, no damage. We'll have a look on everyone else. And it looks like Toby is getting dropped a little bit by this group. He's going to want to try to cling on with that group, or he's going to get dropped into these medium runners. Well, actually, no, drop back into his teammate, which he could maybe work with his teammate to catch back up to the group. But I don't think it's going to want to be, and he's going to want to get back up into that pack. So, and it looks like Thermal JD's got a penalty, 3-second penalty for Thermal JD. That is big. That is very big. As we head down on the 4th lap now, DRS wide open for. Well, it's going to be wide open in a minute, and it's going to look like Thermal JD's going to be very vulnerable with Wheeze. I don't think you'd want to be at the front of this train with everyone having DRS and overtake mode. Wheeze isn't actually using any of his ERS because of how much he's actually got left. He's going to have a look around the outside, maybe. No, just think better of it. This is a very, very interesting battle. We're going to go on board with Thermal JD just to watch everyone behind him follow through. Looks like Square is pulling away the gap a little bit more every lap. Probably about a 10th per lap. Now he's heading in a groove. Maybe even more. What laps do these softs go to again?
I believe someone was saying earlier 7 or 8.
Okay.
Wrong, but ignore that.
They're not going to be that long until they have to pit.
But I believe they can take them a bit longer.
There's a Finn and Crispy in the pits. Let's have a.
They might be going in for a hard.
Changes. It doesn't. I don't actually know. But Haas and Williams are right at the end of the pit lane, right next to each other. Does it look like any of them have got a wing ready? It's a wing change for both of them.
They might have had some contact earlier on.
They might have some contact earlier. And they all drop back to the back of the grid, and this is going to be Ollie into a bit of the play now. Can he catch these guys up? And he's not going to catch Finn or Toby Crispy here. So that is Ollie going to be dropped back, staying in last.
And
everyone is. Oh yes, nice. Everyone is still very packed up at this front, and that's Dechilla and Akbar going side by side. Akbar down the inside of Dechilla here. Gets the move done and makes the move stick, and that is Dechilla down into P6 and Akbar up into P5. So that is a good move by Akbar into the hairpin. So, but who's that? Is that Toby and his teammate near each other now? Yeah, it is. They're going to
neck and neck through the
if
S's.
they can.
I'd call that S's, would you?
Yeah, I'd say that's S's. The top three, the second, third, and fourth, very close together. Dropping Akbar a bit now, but Akbar has the pace to keep with them. The Chiller pitting already. The Chiller pitting, yeah.
It's not for a wing change, I don't believe.
No, it's not. It's
Oh
just
no,
tires.
he's got a wing change.
There's a wing change. Back onto another set of mediums, so he's going to have to pit again for a harder compounded tyre, maybe. Well, no, I would have gone as softs.
I think he can. If he took hards, he could have taken him to the end.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Could have pushed them, maybe. Square already basically 5 seconds ahead of the car behind, which he's
not using any ERS either.
No, he's got half his ERS still left. He's using a bit of ERS now. Doesn't need to. I don't know why he's using it all. He could save that and get that back up to at least 80%.
It's in mode 1, isn't it? You can't. It's in 2020. You can't change it, can you? From mode 1 or mode 3.
Yeah, but you can put it into medium.
Can't turn it off.
And that's Wheeze down the inside, and that's very aggressive by Wheeze down the inside of JD and pushing him right off the circuit. And there's Wheeze up in the P2. But JD's going to look to come back straight at him. He's going to look down the inside, maybe. No, just keeps his nose and keeps it sensible. Akbar closing back up onto the group now. Pope using all his pace he's got. He knows he's got the pace and he knows he can stay with this group. As they head they file through in towards the last few corners. No one's still pit in the top 5 left anyway. So I'm surprised there's not been a DNF yet, to be honest. Z-Man up in P9. Good start from Z-Man, actually. He is the 2019 champion, but ever since he's moved over to Wheelie, he hasn't been the fastest, as I said last weekend. He hasn't been as quick as we know he is. Last year he raced for Mercedes. Last season he raced for Mercedes, and he was actually he was dominating. No one could keep up with him, but
Weeze has pulled a 1 second gap on Thermal JD.
he has, yeah.
VRT square penalty, 3 seconds.
Oh, Square.
Thermal JD another 3 second
Thermal
time.
JD another 3 seconds. That is him gonna. That's very vital. But Square is 5 seconds ahead, so I can see him maybe hopefully
dropping
pulling again.
1 place.
3
possibly.
seconds isn't that bad for Square. So.
Although Bass Bunch, to be fair to him, he has taken that gap down.
Thermal JD closing so quickly on Wheeze here. Gonna look to the inside line. He dives down the inside. Gonna take the inside line. He's gonna take, but is Wheeze gonna get the switch back? No, he's gonna get blocked off by the tail light of JD.
And a wheel spin.
And there's
Snap
JD
a wheel
up
spin.
P2 again. He's taking the P2 back. Now he's gonna need to drive away a bit. But is that Thermal JD? Is that Akbar gone past Tabhole? Yeah, it is. Akbar up to P4. He's absolutely flying at the moment. Akbar on them soft tyres. He's still feeling like they're brand new, obviously. But now the mediums will be coming into play. So Thermal White is going to want to try to close down Toby. He's been overtaken by his teammate now. But is Toby going to pit this lap? He's going to play it risky? No, but there's someone into the pits. Tadpole's into the pits. As well as
Wheeze into the pits.
So these two are into the pits now. So
they might
are
be
going
attempting an undercut, potentially.
Yeah, they're going to try to undercut on the guys they were battling with. Onto the medium compound of tyre. This will be their first of 2 pit stops them of the top 5, as well as Tadpole onto the medium set of tyres as well.
Oh,
so
Tadpole's on a wing change.
Outripped out. Outripped has crashed.
Tadpole's on a wing change.
And I don't know where Outripped crashed. Did he crash into the pit wall? He crashed into the pit wall on the entry.
I think he retired into the pits. There isn't really much for a pit wall to crash into. Yeah, there's no pit wall to crash into.
He just manually retired. That is our first retirement of this race.
Tadpole had a wing change when he
Hopefully the
stopped.
only one we'll have today. We have Ollie still in last place, trying to chase down the AI of Synonymous. Hasn't been the greatest weekend yet for Ollie. Hopefully,
Thermal White picked up a 3 second.
Hopefully for Ollie, there could be a safety car and maybe it could bring him back into this. But Square still leading the way by 6 seconds now. This is an absolute crazy gap. But Wheeze hopefully trying to close that gap maybe a bit with his fresher mediums and trying to maybe try the undercut.
Looks like Square. I don't know. Square's going to take this an extra lap.
He's going
He's
to
got
go
his
to
pit
lap
window
8.
is open.
He's going to go to lap 8.
Lap man.
And that is JD in the pits. No, lap 8. Akbar in the pits as well. Oh no, lap 9. Sorry, yeah. What does it say? His lap tyres are 8 laps old then? Not making sense.
Because it's F1 2020.
That is true. The Red Bull pits, they're going to go on to medium
Toby?
tyres as well as Thermal JD is going to go on to the hard compounder tyres. He's going to try a different strategy here, Thermal JD.
I think he's pulling a one-stop strategy.
All the way to the end. Yeah, he's going to try to take his tyres to the end. This is a very, very aggressive line stop. He's going to, as he's got that penalty, he knows he's got to try to do anything he can, even if it's to try to change the strategy around. Tadpole gets past. Hopefully, who's his Tadpole going to get past? Is he going to get past the Chiller? Not Chiller. Is he going to get past Sam? No, and Sam's out ahead of him. It looks like. Yeah, Sam's got out ahead of him. Toby up on P2 now with tyres, but he will drop back behind the guys behind with the pit stop he's got to make.
Synonymous is pitted again.
Yeah.
But that's his AI, not him, so.
Square absolutely flying ahead of him, even Toby at this point. Doesn't even look like he's going to come up near the guys behind. These guys behind are going to be nowhere near. But
I think average time these pit stops lose you is about
18
20
seconds.
seconds.
Around 18.
Oh.
Who's that in the pits at the moment? That's Synonymous, but that's his first pit stop.
Square's diving in spits. Square's in the pits.
Yeah. Yep. What
See
is he
what
going
tyre
to
he's
throw on?
going
This is a
to.
very slow pit lane actually. 36 miles an hour.
I think most
Maybe
of them
it
are
is.
like that.
We'll
aren't
actually see how long the stop is. Actually,
He's going in? Wing change.
Toby in as well. Toby in as well. Oh yeah,
He's getting a
got
wing
the time.
change.
He's got the time for a wing change though. He's going to go for one
Yeah,
stop.
but he doesn't have damaged wings.
He must have invisible wing damage.
Toby's going in for a one stop
Square
as well.
out though, and that looks like the guys are going to go past
Wheeze.
Square now. Wheeze are past Square, but Square's on that one stop with JD. So that wing change has cost Square a bit. He could have came out ahead of the guys, but maybe a little bit of cost. He goes around the outside of Akbar. What a move by Square, just coming out of the pit lane. Well done, good move by Square. Staying in P3, but he's going to be vulnerable to the car behind. He uses all his ERS as well as DRS to keep with Thermal JD. That is Wheeze up into first, but he's got a pit again.
So Thermal JD is in provisional first place.
Yeah, Thermal JD is in provisional
No.
first place, but
Ooh.
Square is going to get DRS down. Oh, surely going down to this corner. We're going to go on board with Square. Head down. He's already got the pace. Using a load of ERS. He's going to get past
Before
the
even
DRS.
the
And he's got
DRS.
DRS as soon as he gets past. He's just going to switch off ERS and go for DRS. This
No,
is
he's
a
still
good,
using his ERS.
well-played move
Or he
by
was.
Square. Up into P2. So we will... Oh, he gets rear-ended a bit by JD. As well as that Akbar, a little bit of a rear end on JD, but that is Square up into P2 as well. Z-Man getting overtaken by the Chiller here. They're still side by side, going into the right-hander. Z-Man trying to get the move done. Oh, they nearly touch, and that is he yields the position.
Z-Man
Z-Man
has no
but
ERS.
Sam on the back of Z-Man now.
Z-Man has no
Surely-
deployment left.
No, he doesn't. So he's going to be very vulnerable going out that last corner, going into the first corner. Ooh,
Oh!
Sam nearly rear ends him. Well, he does rear end
Look,
him.
I
but
don't think there's damage.
As they head into the last corner, Sam going to try to use DRS. And maybe a little bit of DRS. No, he's just going to use DRS. He's going to look to the right hand side, but thinks sensible.
No.
And Crispy's out of the race. That's Crispy out of the race. He's going to crash. He's crashed.
Yep.
I don't know what happens there, but let's try to
That's
get
our first DNF
no
of
one's
the
there,
race. Maybe
but-
safety car? No safety car?
No, he's going to get cleared by the marshals as quick as he can. And we will get underway racing in that sector again.
VRT Square. Jesus Christ. He's nearly caught up to Wheeze. He's literally on the rear
Oh,
end
and
of
he's
Wheeze.
just lost
He's
it
going
on
to have
that
him
corner
in
and
the
he's got no wheels. Oh, and Synonymous is him. Yeah, I've Synonymous has lost Synonymous' wing. Synonymous has lost his wing on that exit there. So that car has been... who's DNF'd on the track has actually caused someone else to crash, which is right on the exit. The Square going to look round the outside maybe if Wheeze thinks better of it. Going to look to the left. Look a long way to the left. He's just very close to Square now with Wheeze.
Thermal JD
Akbar.
making the move on.
Akbar around the outside of JD. These top four is good battle at the moment. The Z-Man straight, Tadpole and Z-Man side by side going down towards the right-hander. Z-Man gets moved on. Oh, and that's a bit aggressive by Tadpole there, which nearly puts Z-Man in the wall.
I think he's looking to make up his lost ground from his wing damage.
Toby now into P9. That must have been Sam's losing position. Not Sam. Z-Man's losing positions right now, left, right, and centre. He's gone from P6 down to P8. Sam obviously got past him somewhere, probably on the back straight. But he's chilling now, trying to close that gap up towards Thermal JD and the top four. I can see Square trying to make a move on Wheeze going into the long 1.5 kilometre straight. As at DRS open, no ERS being used here, just trying to close as
I think he's
close as he can.
Waiting for the next turn.
Yeah, he's going to try to close up as much as he can just for the exit. Can he take corners right? He takes corners lovely. Wheeze goes a bit wide, and that's going to compromise his exit, maybe. I was about to say hopefully, but not hopefully. He gets slipstream now, Square, and it's without ERS and DRS, a little bit of ERS to the exit, but that without DRS and mostly without ERS, just pure slipstream. That shows slipstream is very important. And he's back up into P1, and now he's going to hope to pull that gap again.
Toby's going to be making a move on Z-Man here, going into the hairpin.
Yeah, he's going to go for the outside move this time.
Outside, yeah, not inside, sorry. And he's made the move stick, I think.
Is Z-Man still there? No, Z-Man's been dropped again, and that is Toby up into P8. Hasn't been the greatest weekend for either of them guys. Well, actually, quite a good weekend for Z-Man, because I'm pretty sure he'll be happy with where he is at the moment. I know he'd probably be fighting back up into that P1 position where he was in F1 2019, but at the moment it just looks like he is going to be trying to fight with him for that points position. Finn hasn't had the greatest race, only in P11 here, no one around him. And the car ahead, only in
Z-Man's on
yeah, Z-Man on his medium, probably to throw on hard.
I was going to say 11 laps.
Race. I don't know when Weeds has to pit.
I'd be guessing around lap 16, I think.
Just have a look at the penalties. We have
actually, I think Weeze will be pitting lap. I think he might try and take his mediums to lap 20 to go to softs for 8 laps.
Yeah.
That would be a decent strategy, I reckon. I think he's hoping he can pull a gap here.
Synonymous is pit again for some reason.
This AI.
It's a very big shame for Synonymous because he had a really good qualifier, but I don't know where he is. Did you invite him again?
I did invite him back, yeah, but
just enjoy. Oh, okay, well, as much as you can do. So, Square.
Sam catching up to Chiller here.
Wheeze actually
going
staying with Square, and a compromised Square exit. Wheeze is going to have a look for Square maybe into the veranda. He's going to go pull to the right side, pull back into the slipstream though. He's just going to try to stay with him. Thermal Akbar, I don't know if he's going to drop. He's actually catched a bit through there, but going to get dropped a little bit more. But at the moment, there is no one really racing. Sorry, I don't know why I keep yawning.
You're making me yawn. I don't know why hearing you
Sam trying to catch the Chiller, but at the moment it does look like the Chiller's just trying to keep him outside of that 1 second zone. But
you think Sam would catch him because of the 2 lap tyre difference?
Yeah, he's catching a little bit. He's back up. He's got the DRS here, so that's going to bring him maybe back into that DRS zone.
I think the hards are going to start coming into play
entry.
here.
Lovely, maybe a good exit. Oh, and that's a yellow flag, and that looks like it's Ollie. Ollie has hit the wall, it looks like, and he's lost.
He's missing.
He's lost his wing.
Yeah.
Ollie's not going to be very happy, and that's probably going to be a retirement for Ollie. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls him to the bits and make a retirement on the spot. But does look like Tadpole is trying to catch TTM Sam, who's now in who is still in P5, trying to catch Thermal JD. Wait, the Chiller and Tadpole must have made contact because TTM Sam's above past the Chiller now.
Unless Sam made a very decent move on the both.
Nah, that wasn't one.
Because
Tadpole wasn't.
Tadpole has
no, he's got wing damage.
and neither
The Chiller's
does
got wing damage. The Chiller's got wing damage.
Oh yeah, front right end plate.
Oh yeah, on the front right, sorry. We still managing to stay with Square, but remember Square and not Square, Wheeze and Akbar still do have to pit for the fresh set of medium tyres, probably.
Softs, I think they would go for.
No, they wouldn't be able to take softs to the end of the race.
Lap 20.
Oh, lap 20 maybe, yeah.
I would have done
lap
that.
20,
I mean, yeah, it would be that lap.
That is a very... Two-stop may not have been the strategy here. Maybe the one-stop by Square has actually paid off here. And that is the Chile going to the pit lane here. The Chile into the pit lane for his last stop of the race on the
Square locked up.
Tyres.
Ollie's close to being lapped here by Square.
I think if Ollie goes to get lapped, I think that will be the end of his race.
He's just got 3 seconds.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Ollie pulls this into the pit soon and just calls it a day.
Because he's not really fighting for points unless...
No, way.
Yeah, the Finn's overtaken.
50 seconds ahead, Bass Branch. The Chill is still in the pits here, and he's actually gone down to basically last place because no one behind him is really going to catch him.
That was a very long pit stop.
Maybe that was wing change, wasn't it? So
yeah, but you think it would have been a bit shorter.
Wheeze has been dropped 1.5 seconds now by Square. The Square found some pace somewhere, or them tyres, their medium tyres are going off.
It's the ERS. Square had 1% when I just got on board with him. I'm surprised we haven't seen a safety car yet, especially from Crispy's incident.
Yeah, I am too surprised we haven't seen a safety car because that Crispy incident should have really been a safety car, but it's not. So we carry on in Hanoi, and Square pulls that fast lap. 1:38.0 on a hard tyres. And their mediums are going to be going off soon. Their mediums don't look the greatest at the moment, but there's Akbar catching them at all. But Akbar has dropped Thermal JD quite a lot, and that is Thermal JD getting another 3-second penalty, and that is short. Thermal JD out of contention now. He has got 9 seconds of penalties, and Sam has none.
That's not the best for him.
And Tadpole in the range of getting up a position, which will put TTM Sam up into P4. I don't know what about the guys ahead on penalties. 3 seconds for Akbar. So if he can close up into 3 seconds towards Akbar, which he's actually... TDM Sam could be on for a podium now.
I would be very impressed considering this is his first race for Mercedes and his F1 debut actually, isn't it?
If he could push it, if he could get these tyres... No, they won't go to the end, but if he could get... if he was on that one stop, TDM Sam would have a very big chance of getting that third position tag. But
he's still on with the chance, I reckon.
Yeah, it does look like Square has pretty much, if he can take these hard to the end and have a big gap to everyone behind, it does look like he could take this win today. And hopefully
from what I'm seeing right now, I believe our top 3 would be Square, Thermal JD and Toby on the hards.
Yeah.
Oh, Thermal JD lost the rear end, didn't it? Just about saved it. Yeah, Ollie's come very close to being lapped by Square now. Thermal White looking to make a move on Toby soon. I believe on the next straight he might go for it. Fastest lap of the race set by Dechiller 137.5. Currently the closest gap would be Thermal White and Toby, but Toby's picked a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, that's a big shame for Toby.
And I believe Toby might get overtaken soon by Thermal White, as Thermal White gets ERS and DRS on Toby going into the hairpin. He goes round up the inside. Can he make the move stick? Will Toby take it right round the outside? No, he won't. The move has been made by Thermal White up into P7.
And Finn going up into P9, side by side with Dachilla going into the hairpin. But Finn already made the move on Dachilla. And Dachilla, even with them soft tyres, is actually struggling. Oh, rear
And
ends
he's
Finn.
made contact.
So it does look like Dachilla is having some problems here. But the sky is getting very grey here at the moment. Could we see some rain?
I mean, rain would be kind of welcome for us to spice it up and for anyone
I'd like to
watching.
spice this race up a bit, but the wind does look like it's picked up with all the bits of twig and twine waving everywhere. But
There's
and that's someone out the race, and that's Dachilla out the race. Dachilla on them freshly
pitted
soft
into the
out
pit
of
lane.
the race.
He's pitted and retired, I believe.
Maybe just didn't think he had the pace on them softs.
I think he would have.
Ollie
He
up
did
into
have the
P12
fastest
now.
lap.
And 10 with these final 10 laps left, Square dropped wheeze by 5 seconds now. These mediums surely will become to the end of the next. Well, they already probably are at the end of their lifespan, but they are going to try to push them out for another 2 laps.
I'd be confident in saying Square firmly has won this race.
Yeah.
Any close gaps at the moment? Yes. Last branch looking to make a move on Z-Man down the very long straight. Whether or not he'll get close enough by the end, though, is not. I'm not too sure. ERS active, but he's not got much. He's opened his DRS.
A lot of people
But I
got
don't
penalties
think he'll be
now,
close enough.
But apart from
Oh.
Tadpole.
He's coming up the outside, around the outside, looking around the outside.
Who?
Can he make the move though? Last branch on Z-Man. And no, he hasn't made the move still.
No. Did Ollie retire? No, he hasn't.
No, he's still going.
He's in.
I think he's pretty
Yeah.
hopeful for a safety car. Oh no,
was
he's
an
out
AI.
of the game.
Yeah. That is Square.
Which is
right
fair
back
enough
of
to
Ollie
him.
now.
Oh no, he's ghosted, isn't he? Because
Oh, he's ghosted
yeah.
because of Square, yeah. Square already on the back of Ollie. He's surely going to get past him. He might actually stay back. If it was,
Oh, Ollie lost the rear end there.
Yeah. And tyres. Maybe them mediums are already going off. Even though he put them 3 laps ago.
I don't think they would be.
No, maybe just very loose rear end there, by Ollie. But he's actually getting
Weeze-
unlapping himself. He's actually racing with the leader at the moment. And that is another yellow flag in the back. And that,
I think he
is
just
that
wants some
Best
fun here. Yes, it
Branch?
is.
Best Branch made this mistake. I don't know what happened. He didn't lose any front
No
end,
damage.
so maybe it's just a loose rear end, or maybe it's just spun. But at the moment, there is a battle behind for that P4 position with TTM Sam and Thermal JD. Doesn't look like Thermal JD has actually got race pace at the moment. Doesn't he look like he's actually losing time to guys
I think
behind.
he's just holding off because he knows he doesn't need to push because the top 3, the top 2 are going to be pitting. Third and second will be pitting, and everyone behind him has to pit again. So I think he's just playing it
You've got to
cautious and
remember
playing it
them
safe.
hard tyres at the end of the race aren't going to be great, are they?
That's why I
And
think he's
those-
playing it safe, so he saves his tyre life.
Yeah, them other tyres are going to be right in the battle with everyone else. I'm sure these medium tyres will be pitting either this lap or next.
I think it'll be this lap. There's no way that they'll take them any,
Oh, it's Apple
any
pits.
further. Yeah, it'll be the next lap then.
Does Tadpole take it for a wing change though? He does not. It's just tyre change onto the softer compounder tyres.
I told you, lap 26.
Which he's going to hopefully try to chase down a lot of people now. And Tony.
Tony.
Tony!
Weeze's gap to the square is 8 seconds. Nearly 9
Yeah.
seconds.
Square has got this comfortable. As long as he keeps us on the track now, I'm pretty sure Square has.
Z-Man and Finn are pretty close. I think Z-Man will be
these
looking to
guys
make a Finn. Make a Finn.
Make a Finn?
Make a Finn on move.
Make a pass on.
I'm gonna stop. I'll just stop.
He's probably going to try to make a move on the Bane back straight. Not down here, but maybe actually he's quite close.
No, he's not. He's not using any
No.
ERS, so he's not gonna go for it.
He's not going to go for it now.
Unless he makes a stupid dive,
Finn
which I
doesn't look
don't
like
see
Finn
happening.
looks very comfortable on the circuit at the moment.
I think because the clouds have come over, I think the track temperatures are starting to drop a
And
bit,
that's
which
giving
is
the rear end a bit of a time.
fun time.
Yeah, but Z-Man, is he going to turn on
Gonna
the
be
ERS and the DRS at the same time? He turns on the ERS and the DRS. He should have turned that ERS on a lot earlier, but he's going to
Finn's got
chase
nothing to
down
play with
Finn.
here.
He's got nothing
Finn's
to play
out of
with.
it.
He's going to go down the inside, a very late lunge. He's going to lock up the front tyres, but he takes it
Finn
wide.
made
Finn
them-
just gets
Finn's
the switch
taking it
back
back.
on him. Good move by Finn.
Oh,
there.
there's
There's a
Wheeze,
problems
Sam,
with
and Thermal White at pit.
and Sam.
That's chucked. Thermal JD, Thermal JD, and
Akbar
Thermal
still
BRK
up
are
ahead
into
of
P2 and 3.
BRK, yeah. Square so far ahead now, 14 seconds ahead of the car behind.
Toby in virtual P3, I think. No, he's not. Wheeze has got out ahead of him. On fresh mediums, not soft.
Yeah, why is he? I didn't know why he's going for fresh mediums. I would have taken the softs, but
I mean, at least he
maybe he's
knows
thinking
now.
about
I
that
think
late
he's
game.
in a.
Maybe he's thinking about the mediums, the softs at the end of the race are going to be very slow compared to the. Actually, no, they're going to be. It's a very odd.
Softs would be quite out of their life.
Maybe I think the mediums will
by
be.
the end.
Yeah, mediums. I don't know. Maybe he's just thought of strategy here, and maybe he's just gone with a.
I think it's a good strategy. I'm not gonna sit here and say it isn't, because it's softs. They would still
It's
be
different.
It would be out of punk. They wouldn't be in punked territory by the end, but they wouldn't
They'll
have
be very,
the
very
grip.
high. Yeah.
I think
They'll
mediums
have
by
that
lap
grip.
8 would be beating softs by quite a bit.
Yeah. Square pitting.
No,
He's not gonna
what?
take the one stop.
He's got the time. He's got the time.
Yeah, gonna be onto maybe softs. Yeah, probably gonna take softs.
Yeah, soft compound. But
He knows he's got the pace on JD, so he's gonna just easily come out and put maybe. Well,
He's not gone.
Oh, he has gone. He's just a bit of a glitch.
Okay, we all love this game.
Yeah, and that's JD. Akbar
Akbar's
passed.
staying out.
Akbar's staying out. Maybe he's gonna try to take his top mediums to the end, maybe.
I can see that being a viable strategy for him, because he does have
But-
pace. We all know he has
Square
pace.
gets ahead of Wheeze, and he's now going to just start to change that. Oh, Thermal JD right there. Oh, Square nearly losing on the exit of the pit lane now.
On cold
On
softs.
cold softs, but
Which
Wheeze
shouldn't be that
nowhere
cold, to
near,
be fair. They heat up quickly.
and he's on the back of Thermal JD. Not going to try to make a move down there. Just thinking it smart. Going to take it one at a time. He's only 3 seconds, and Akbar's only 3 seconds up the road. So he looks. He shouldn't try to get a better exit than Thermal JD.
He's going to do it here.
But Thermal JD looks so slow on them hards. He just has no grip on them hards anymore. But Square looking at the back of Thermal JD here now.
Activating ERS and DRS at the
Puts
same time, I
in
believe. Yep.
ERS. There's only frozen
No.
on DRS. And ERS.
Oh, ERS is on now.
He's going to
And
maybe
he's
look to the left hand side.
round the out.
Oh, he's a
down the
little bit
inside.
of a wiggle there and puts down the inside. And Thermal JD tries to switch back, but slams straight into the back wheel of Square, and they Square back up into P2 and chasing down Akbar, already closing so quickly. Finn on the back of Brass Branch here. Is he going to try to make a move up into the hairpin into the next straight?
No, he's not close enough.
No, this is not the hairpin.
Shut.
Um,
It's the roundabout, leave me alone.
yeah.
Sam closing in on Toby through the final sector.
Yeah, as Finn throws on ERS early, already closing. He closes it for
Fan
now,
Square's taking the lead.
just so he can use. Oh, he has, and he throws it into DRS and back up into ERS. He's chasing down Bass Branch to that final points position now. It's a big battle for P10. He looks. He's not going to make. He's got very late on the brakes. That's a very, 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 very.
And
deep
Sam goes down the
corner.
inside of Toby into turn 1, and he's taking the
But
position.
here we go.
Toby's
He
not
goes
going to fight him.
move down into the far right hander. No, Square thinks better of it.
Oh, Thermal BRK are coming out of the pits just ahead of Sam, like just ahead of Sam.
Literally just.
But I feel like Sam might try and make the move either down to the roundabout
He's
or down
got to
into
stay
the
with
hairpin.
that bar now because he knows that Thermal JD has got penalties, so he's just got to keep with him and hopefully close back up onto Thermal JD. And there could be a
I feel like
podium
he's
on
gonna
the
make a
cards
move
here
down
for
the straight.
Sam. But it does look like Square already pulled 4 seconds ahead of the car behind.
just
already
shows the
4.
soft and hard difference. Like,
Yeah,
it's scary to look at
them
that
softs
sort of
are
thing.
alive now.
Sam's not going to be playing with any ERS down the straight. He hasn't got nothing to play with.
Tadpole ahead of Toby now.
Yeah, them soft compound tyres are really showing their
Really
dominance
kicking in.
around here.
Yeah. The hards are falling apart. Surely Square. Finn's got to get past Bass now. Oh, has Bass got back ahead of Finn now? They're side by side going into the straight. And that's Bass Brown still ahead. But Finn looks down the inside and that's very close. Nearly into the wall there. And
VRT Square setting another
135.
fastest lap, 135.2.
Oh, and Finn to go down the inside, down the outside. But they're
It's so
still
confusing on this
side
track.
by side. This is absolutely brilliant racing for the man in the Williams and the man in the Renault. This is absolute class. He looks to the. He's going to take the slipstream again. He's going to go down the inside to hit Bass Branch. That's Bass Branch on the lay of the brakes. But they're still side by side. How are they still doing this?
Shows how much they
Class
really want this
racing.
final point.
Yeah, this final point means a lot for these two teams. And he looks, Finn is just hugging that rear end of Bass Branch. Doesn't look like Bass Branch has got much more to give. But either way, it does look like Bass Branch will take that final point spot because Finn has a penalty.
I believe Bass Branch is fighting for this point spot because Renault are currently down in 10th in the constructors, so
Yeah.
on 0 points, whereas the Williams are up in 46 points at the moment, which, if they have a strong finish today, which they are, because of Thermal JD's current positioning, they will pass Red Bull in the constructors by the
I
looks
do
of
have a slight question right now. Why has TTM Sam gone to the Mercedes instead of the Renault? Because I thought because he was in uni last race, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't actually know.
Bit of an odd one, but he's trying to battle Akbar now. He wants to put his pace on the track, which I would too, but he's got to think smart and tactical. But
He's got to think
doesn't
smart
look like
about the
he's got
last 4
this
laps
fourth in
of
the
this
bag
race.
at the moment. So just got to think about one long game and hopefully keep in range of Thermal JD. If he could get past Akbar here, it would be huge because he'd be able to keep in range of Thermal Akbar, Thermal JD for that maybe point. That podium position.
Sam's got a 3-second penalty, so
He has.
he'd have to get within 6 seconds of.
I didn't even notice. Very good. Tadpole's sneaking up now. If Tadpole keeps
2
pushing,
seconds
he
back,
could-
but he's getting there.
He could. He's got a chance. No one's out of the race at the moment, apart from. No one actually.
Oh,
Square
Bass
already
Branch
12
in the
seconds
wall.
ahead. I think unless Square makes a severe mistake, he's got this race in the bag.
His pit for softs was definitely.
Good strategy, yeah.
Thermal JD's now on. Jesus Christ, the penalties. He's
Got no
on.
penalty.
I'll tell you now. He's on 12 seconds of time penalties.
Oh my god, Thermal JD is out of this race.
That's
There's
going to
no way.
throw
It's gonna
him
be
back to at least P7 or 8.
P7 or 8, yeah. Thermal JD has had a horrible race with penalties. I'm not sure how he's actually got so many penalties. It's not that
This,
hard to keep it on the
it's
second,
turn.
really, is it?
I believe it's what's doing it is the turn. It's the turn going into the roundabout, I think, because they all cut it quite a bit there. And I think they're all just pushing to see how much they can get away with.
TTM Sam and Akbar, Thermal BRK, sorry. He's old again, how you speak Akbar, but Thermal BRK and TTM Sam right close to each other now. Sam's got to make a move
Ooh.
soon.
Wheeze is going. Oh, no, he's not. Yeah, I thought he was going to make the move
Oh,
on
he's
Thermal
actually
JD,
right
but
close
he's
to
not.
JD. JD has got no pace on them hards anymore. Them hards are gone. They've been
Thermal
shot.
JD going up the inside. Look,
Oh,
no,
a very aggressive move over by the by JD there.
by
but-
the JD.
By the JD. By Wheeze. Is he going to make the move? Oh, this would be one of the moves of the season. Oh, what a move down the inside, around the first.
DTM Sam
Carousel
all over the
going
rear
on.
end of the Red Bull Akbar. And he's lost
Doesn't
it
look
a
like
bit through
Akbar's
there.
got so much pace in them. He's actually got two lap younger softs as well. Maybe Sam is going to try to make a move on the last lap on Akbar now. Maybe on this
Which
lap.
I wouldn't blame
He's
him
so
for.
close with him now though. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's got ERS, he's got a little bit of ERS to use. He's going to use it on the exit, which I would have used it as we hit DRS, but
Yeah, because look, Akbar has literally nothing to play with.
yeah.
He's on 1% battery.
And you should know that because that red light on the back of that car is flashing.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't at the start of the straight.
But he's going to block the inside line, Akbar. TDM Sam,
Switchback?
try to go for the switchback? No,
No.
very good, well, good defending by BRK there. Double JD losing it, and Wheeze is past JD now. JD has nothing to give.
Wheeze was past JD quite a while ago.
So at the moment it looks like Sam and A up BRK are the battle for that third position. Yeah, whoever finishes on track in front of whoever finishes on track out of these two are going to be
have the podium.
Yeah, we'll have the podium. And neither of these two can get points.
That's ironic.
Yeah.
That's quite ironic that the two people fighting for a podium position don't get points.
Yeah, which is
that's horrible
weird
for them.
I don't know how the logistics of the
I think what happened was there was a miscommunication with Sam, so I believe he was originally told that he could race F2 and F1 and there would be no affection thing, but I think it got looked at yesterday, about 20 minutes before the race.
I don't actually know why, but I just know he can't get points. Oh, is that Ollie out of the race? Is that Ollie in the wall? Ollie's in the wall and he's lost his whole front wing.
Safety car? I'm kind of desperate for a safety car here.
No, it's on the last lap, there won't be a safety car. Oh,
yeah, I didn't actually notice that, to be fair.
So that is actually weird that there is no safety car today. But CTM Sam going around the outside, late into the brakes, and he's deep. That's surely his chance gone. Maybe if JD holds up that car, but with them hard tyres, doesn't look like JD can do anything. He's literally, is he pushing? He is pushing very hard on the hard tyres, but he just can't do anything against these soft runners. He's tried the one stop. Has it worked for him? Not really.
So JD's going to go back to 6th at the current gaps.
But Akbar being held up right now, TTM Sam just closing back in on Akbar, which is good for Akbar, but he needs Thermal JD to keep ahead of Akbar into this first corner. Akbar's actually not closing.
Not going to defend.
He looks to the right, he's going to go late on the brakes. No, but JD is still ahead. Nice,
and this is giving Sam time to catch.
Yeah, Sam's back. Is he going to go around the outside here? If this is Akbar can get past JD here. No, JD blocked.
There was
Sam is right on his rear end now. Surely going to get in the last lap. Could this be a last lap overtake for basically P3?
I hope so.
This is going to be a really good battle for the P3 here. Sam moving left and right. Just can't find a way through. And Thermal JD is just blocking for his life. He can't do anything.
Sam's made the move. Sam's making the move around the inside.
Oh, the 3 wide. 3 wide. JD! Oh, he's pushed Sam into the wall!
Sam's going to go to the stewards about that, I think.
That is surely Akbar going to have that position. Akbar's
Sam's definitely going to go to the stewards with that.
That is very aggressive by JD, and that surely will be a penalty for JD for blocking. But he's actually going to. JD's going to go remove around the outside of Akbar here. Into this is a very
could give Sam a switchback. No, it couldn't.
Oh, he's just not going to get the switchback done though.
I feel bad for Sam.
Big shame for Sam. I feel really bad for Sam. If I was JD,
on his debut, he could have got a podium. And that's across the line is your winner.
Oh yeah, and your winner, Square.
That was a bit early.
Sorry, I've completely forgot about him. How far ahead he was. But yeah, Square winning his first race of actually, I think this is his first TFR win.
And your second place, taking the checkered flag, is Wheeze across the line.
Very good race for Wheeze today.
Thermal BRK.
And BRK is going to take third.
Across the line to take third, Sam across the line to take fourth, Tadpole taking fifth.
Right under JD. JD actually dropped back in the last sector.
Tadpole's gone past Sam.
And Tadpole's in
Sam's
P4.
in P5.
Wow.
And Thermal White comes across the line to take P7, JD keeping P6.
And it looks like
Toby P8, Z-Man P9.
Finn, wait, Bass Branch and Finn, the battle's still going on, but that looks like Bass Branch is actually going to take that P10 because of penalties.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, that's
the Williams isn't actually going to get in the points today, which is a big shame for
and it's across the line for Z-Man P9.
I mean,
Finn
JD
across the line.
Only P6, so that's only going to be 4 points for
Finn across the line, P11, and Bass Branch P10.
That's the end of the race. That is a very strong performance by the man himself, Square. I'm going to try to get him in the party just for a small interview.
That's fair play by all the drivers involved today.
Yeah.
That was a very well. I wouldn't. Well, that actually, to be fair, that was a very clean race by all the drivers, and it was very unexpected what happened today. Square taking home P1 as he should. Hopefully next week we have Corey back as challenger Square though.
We will try to get Square in for an interview, but
These are your podium places for round 3?
Yeah,
3
3.
in Vietnam. Which sadly isn't. I would have liked to have seen a race around here in real life, but sadly there isn't. So. Let's just cover it one last time.
we are going to get Square in for an interview.
Just to cover it one last time, Square in P1, Weeze in P2, Thermal BRK in P3, Tadpole in P4, TTM Sam in P5, Thermal JD in P6, Thermal White in P7, Toby1 Kenobi in P8, Z-Man in P9, Bass Branch in P10, rounding out your points.
And here's the man. Has he included these all yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Square, and congratulations on that first win in TFR, it seems, isn't it?
Yeah, this season. Yeah.
Yeah, this season. Well, today it looked like a very comfortable win. How do you think you set apart from the field today?
The pace was obviously a lot better. But yeah, I just kind of enjoyed myself. The first stint I had damage as well, which was
Yeah. We saw a very painful race for JD on that one stop. We thought you were going to make the one stop at one point, but you had a big enough gap to pull onto them soft tyres. Were you happy that you did make them and then pull into them soft tyres, or do you think if you didn't, you would have still been able to bring that home?
if I didn't pit, then I would have been fine. But I wanted to get the fastest lap, so that's why I did it. So,
Fair enough.
An extra
Oh
point.
yeah, you had a full round out weekend, didn't you? So you brought home that 26 points for Ferrari and that pole position.
Yeah, very lovely.
Yeah. Anyway, Square, very good race and very good weekend. I hope you have a good race, good rest of your season, really. So, that is the end of the Vietnam Grand Prix and the end of Hanoi for this season, and maybe the end of Hanoi in the future. So, I'd like to say thank you to my co-host DJ for joining me, and as always, remember, TFR, the only league for you. Peace.